us about some of the work you're doing, brother.
You know, basically, man, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm building like centers and stuff like that in my community, because I feel like the first step when it comes to changing our community is changing our mindset. So my job is to help change the way you think in order to change the way you live. Like, I come from that community, man. I was a gang member. I used to gang bang heavy. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I was a former pimp. I was a scammer, tote guns, gun charges. I've been through it all,
You
man.
said you was a scammer.
Yeah, I was a pretty good one. I mean,
I
statute of
feel you. You
limitations.
keeping it real, baby. You
Yeah,
keeping it real.
I was a good one, man. You know what I mean? You know, statute of limitations is past that, so I'm cool
Right.
doing it. But
Right.
you know, at the end of the day, like, you know, I made a lot of money. I've been involved the negativity, so I think that's why a lot of the people in the community relate with me and fuck with me, because they know that I've been around. You know what I mean? This ain't no somebody. They seen who I was before, prior to changing my mindset to who I am today. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important, especially in our community, man. We got to stop with the whole victim mentality. So, you know, I speak to everybody. If anybody ever tells you they meet me, I randomly start having conversations with people. I don't care who they are, especially if they from the hood, because I want to educate them. Like, listen, we don't have to have that mentality like we can't do nothing. We don't have to sit here and focus on the past and use the past as a crutch or as an excuse to be losers. We should use our past in a productive way, in a sense of, look what we have overcome. You know what I'm saying? So I think that change of mentality will change everything else in your life, because it's like a computer. If you change the programming, it's going to work differently. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I just want to help change the programming with the mindset that we have with the whole white man this and I can't do this, police brutality that, and you know, all these things are just excuses for people to be losers. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
And to
Instead,
stay lazy, huh?
yeah, and stay lazy, you're not going to be motivated. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to dealing with welfare, it's a lot of things that I feel, you know, hurt us majorly because we didn't take advantage of the system the way other people did. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to complain when you have so many options and you don't use the options that's presented in front of you. You just want to complain about it. You know, people want to worry about, oh, who does the job? Is it a white man? Is it a black man?
Right. Right.
Like, I don't. Me personally, I'm a person that's a doer, and I like to see results. So I really don't care who does what's great for our community. The person could be a freaking alien from Mars. I wouldn't care. You know what I mean? As long as it's benefiting our community, I don't care who does it. And I think a lot of times we get too caught up with the whole race and color thing that we forget the whole goal of everything. And the goal is to live the best life we can have and actually live the American dream.
Yes. What is your views and how do you look at the sister Angela Stanton, the one that's running for she's running for a seat in the Senate in
Yes.
Atlanta, in Georgia. How do you view her? She is also a Donald Trump supporter. And yeah, let's talk about that. How do you view that?
Yeah, she's like my big sister. You know what I mean? And
Oh, you know her. You know her.
yeah, I know her very well. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, beautiful.
On the phone, she's actually in the process of helping me get somebody out of jail right now. Because
Wow. Go ahead, brother.
as you know, she got pardoned by Donald Trump. You know what I mean? The reason why Donald Trump pardoned her was because he wanted her to be able to represent her community. Because without that pardon, she would not have been able to run for office in Georgia. So when you see a guy does something amazing like that for somebody, you know, you could tell what her character is and what she's doing. She's out here fighting for, you know, against Planned Parenthood and the killings of our babies and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of things that she supports. And me personally, I know her, so I know her character. So as of policies right now, I haven't heard none of the plans that she have done, so I can't really speak on that. But what I can speak on is her character. She's an amazing person. She's real. She's honest. She don't bullshit you. She's straight to the point. No nonsense. She means what she says and she says what she means. And that's the type of people we want representing our people in office. The people that's not going to take the bullshit. That's not going to be with the nonsense. That's not going to be with the games. You know what I mean? And that's why I support her. And she definitely has my endorsement. You know what I'm saying? So anything she does, I support because I know her character as a person and what she's willing to bring to the table. She's experienced. She's come from jail. She had to give birth in prison. She went through a lot of things that the average person or even average woman probably would be broken from.
Right.
And to see somebody go through these things and be able to still maintain and still be a good mother and still end up finding a good man who was freed from prison himself, and that's her fiance or her husband right now, if I'm not mistaken, and to be able to create a life to be running for Congress, that just tells you a lot about her personality and her character and her drive. You know what I mean? And the lack of excuses that she has. Because she had all right to have them same excuses. I got 4 kids. I came from jail. I ain't got this, that, and the third. She had all the angles to be a complainer and stuff like that. And yet she didn't complain. Now she's running for office. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least at the time, I felt that way. You know, as I got wiser, I realized I was completely wrong in many ways. But when Obama ran for presidency, that was my moment to tell people, you know, my people, not because I've always been the person that say we could do whatever you want in life. Like I was never the black person that was like, the white man hold me back. I can't do. I never had that mindset. I don't even understand that mindset. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand anybody that doubts themselves. It's just something weird to me. Maybe I can't relate because I'm who I am, but I never understood that concept. So I used to always say that, but they always was able to say, well, we can't be president. But then, you know, when you try to educate them, be like, well, there was other half white, half black presidents in America as well. You know what I'm saying? But of course, we don't know about that because most of us don't do the history. So Obama to them is the representation of that. So I said, look, Obama became president now. What's your excuse now when I say you can do whatever you want? Right. So that's what drew my interest with Obama. I didn't vote for Obama because of his policies or because I felt like he was going to change the world. I voted for Obama for the mentality that he's going to put for my people to stop having excuses about what we cannot do. You know what I mean? We could do anything. We overcame all type of shit. And we're here today, like in a matter of 50, 60 years, we was able to accomplish nothing, be amazing things. #1 studios for movies, Oprah, billionaires, Kanye West, $3.2 billion worth. Like we have people that showed us that we can be whatever we want to be, no matter what our background is, no matter what our situation is. We have people that show us that. You understand what I'm saying? So for me, that was when I looked at politics a little different. I'm like, in my mind, I was like, yo, why they let him in? So it kind of made me like start paying attention. And as I started looking at the Democratic Party and I started finding the history about the Democratic Party, when the Democratic Party wanted the KKK, Democratic Party created the KKK, a Democratic Party supported Margaret Sanger, the Democratic Party throughout history. You can look at it yourself, everybody. I could go research this. You don't got to take my word for it. Throughout history, every negative thing that happened to black people was from the Democratic Party, even till this day. You understand what I'm saying? Everything the Republican Party has done was to benefit us. You know what I'm saying? But we got lost in the sauce when they changed that whole thing about, oh, the party switched. Well, show me how they switched and then we could talk.
Are you familiar? And is even Donald Trump familiar with the movement ADOS?
You talking about the beggars? I call them the beggars.
You call them the beggars? Why you the ADOS movement? Yeah, why you call them the beggars? And then let me know if do you think Donald Trump is aware of that movement?
I think he's aware of everything. You know,
and why do you call them the beggars?
Because they're begging for stuff that they didn't earn. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got nobody alive today that's a slave that we could give that money to that earned it. We can't prove nothing. You know what I mean?
So you're saying that the children don't get the benefit off of that because they have stolen the wealth from their mothers and fathers. And so, no, look, check this out, King Life. Check this out. You got a watch on your arm that you got from your grandfather, right? I come into your house and take your watch and parlay that watch into an empire because it's worth millions and millions of dollars. So I take that. Over 100 years later, now you got white people who are healthy, who are millionaires, who are rich because of what I have stolen from your family. So you're telling me that your babies and your grandbabies do not deserve that wealth and they don't, and now I don't owe them nothing? Listen to what you're saying, brother. You got to be careful. So are you saying that, brother?
I'm not gonna be careful. I mean it. Like we gotta stop looking for begging and thinking that money is going to change our lives. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys been receiving $44 trillion in the last 50, 60 years. They invested $44 trillion into y'all communities and nothing. Y'all got nothing out of that. What is money doing for you? You know what I mean? Money ain't going to do shit. And how are we going to determine how much they're supposed to pay it and who's going to pay it? Now, if you do want to go to that aspect and y'all want to go get y'all a little slave money If you want to go get that, then you need to tell to the Democratic Party, if they are registered Democrats, then they should be paying those taxes to make sure all you guys get your reparations. Because my Republican Party is not paying for that, because we the ones that made you fucking free motherfuckers. We the ones that made sure you niggas was able to own shit. So you ain't gonna tax us for no slavery we didn't get no fucking money off of, all right? So now y'all go to y'all Democratic Party, the ones that was pushing for slavery, that wanted to keep y'all niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all go tell them to go pay for that shit. But if I or any of my white friends that are not with that shit have to pay for that shit, it's a dub. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not paying for that, because that money it's gonna come from everybody. It's gonna come from people like me that fucking work. It's gonna come from people like me that pay taxes. It's gonna come from people like you, Sinetta. Because where they gonna get the money from? Huh? Who are you gonna sue? Who? Who? If they could give me a logical argument, you know what I'm saying? This is why nobody gives a fuck. They tell you about reparations so they can hype you niggas. They're not ever gonna give y'all niggas that. So stop wasting your time trying to get a handout.
Now, when you say you niggas and they not gonna give you that, why are you excluding yourself, brother?
Yo, listen, I don't need it. That's the point.
Okay.
I'm gonna work hard and go get mines, man. I ain't gonna be waiting for somebody to give me some money for me to fucking get to where I need to go in life. Is that what y'all gonna be doing forever? You're never gonna make it. You're never gonna make it if you're wasting all your time trying to get money that you can't prove that you deserve. Because a lot of you think you know your ancestry, you have no fucking clue. Okay, so when y'all talk all that shit, you don't even know if you have any slaves. You might fuck around, find out you had a slave owner, black people, as a family member. So it'll be a little scary for y'all to go to really deep. Always remember that we had black slave owners in America too. So are they supposed to pay for those slaves that they had as well? Are we gonna go attack their families as well? Are we gonna go do that? So we got to be fair. We can't just make it, oh, it's a white person thing because everybody, oh, he's in the sunken place. Well, I'd rather be in the sunken place because y'all seem to be outdoors and y'all looking stupid. You understand what I'm saying? So if it's the sunken places where you feel like I belong, then I'm happy to be in that motherfucker like this. So I don't come from where you come from. So I could understand you're allowed to fight for your slave ancestry if that's what you want to do. If you feel like you've earned it, then go ahead and go get it. But I'm not going to defend that for you because I don't come from that. You know what I'm saying? I don't come from people that always talking about being a slave. Like that's like this intricate.
Let me be clear.
Hold on, Chief, let him finish so you can finish. And I don't want him to cut you off.
That's like this much of our history. There's millions of things we accomplished throughout that time. So you want me to dwell on this part of our life? You want me to dwell on that? That's supposed to mean something to me? That don't mean nothing to me because that doesn't define me. If you're allowing your past to define you, then you already lost. You know what I'm saying? I don't waste my time because I'm not going to allow that to define me. Period. I come from rough, doing messed up stuff all my life. You know what I'm saying? I didn't let that define me. I changed my mentality and I became better. I became the person that you're talking to today. I became Kingface. You understand what I'm saying?
All right, Kingface. Let me come to you real quick, brother Polite. Polite, do you support that? Do you support what Kingface is saying right now?
Yeah.
You said yeah, Polite?
Yes, I definitely support Kingface. 1,000% on what he's talking about. Because that's my mentality. So you gotta understand, I think it's a couple things going on. And one of it definitely is a generational thing. I can tell you that right now. We're a younger generation. I see what's going on here. I feel it when we having the debates about 5G, coronavirus.
So hold on, Polite. Hold on. Because you say you are a younger generation, does that mean you are blindsided to everything that your ancestors have died for, Polite, that you don't want to show no goddamn remorse or for what you don't want to pick up the fight where Harriet Tubman left off, brother? When Nat Turner left off?
Hold on.
Come on, Polite. What is you doing? We cannot slap the ancestors in the face for all they have done for us, brother. In fact, hold on, King Life. Don't you know everybody always say our ancestors died for us to vote. They died for us to vote. And yeah, so they put themselves on the line. And so now that we may think we got a little bit of power because we have, touched Donald Trump or touched some of the president, we tend to shit on our ancestors where you would never see the so-called Jews doing that. You will never see Donald Trump doing that. You will never see none of them doing that. They will never put down their ancestors to big themselves up. So we can't do that.
Nah, I'm not shitting on the ancestors. I'm not shitting on the ancestors, but brother, I'm shitting on people of today. That's what
when you say things like, when you say the things like, you know, reparations, I don't give a fuck about that. And brother, that's shitting on all the ancestors and all the people who have polite.
You know, do you know why we're in the position we're in as a people? It's because of people that talk like that. No disrespect to the brother.
Real talk.
You talking about being selfish, you're the selfish one because you actually think you're the only one that's able to do it. I believe we all could do it. You see the difference? You know what I'm saying? I believe in my people more than they believe in themselves, and that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? And people like you enforce that type of idea, and that's why they think they can't do it. That's why you're the selfish one. We're not selfish. We believe everybody has that special gift. As long as they have that knowledge in the right direction, we believe everybody have it. You just think you got it, or I got it because I got a little fame right now, or Polite forgot it because he got people invested in him right now. That you think that's why it's about. No, brother. You got to stop telling people to have limitations, man. That's why my movie I love is Limitless. I don't have no limit. Stop talking like you got a limit. That's why you guys are limited. The reason why you people get small things is because you think of small things. I don't think of small things. This is why I'm where I'm at, and I ain't supposed to be here because I didn't think small. I thought big.